Wagwan, everybody. Welcome back to the Ladder Jah. I am Jah, and I am here to take you on a journey back to self. And today, it's a little bit more of a sensitive topic. We're going to talk about getting vulnerable. And I pulled a card that is very aligned with the topic today, and is surrender. I can release my need to control. I think it's so very important that when it comes to being vulnerable in the aspect of love, that we do so. In order for you to have a fully authentic, unconditional, reciprocal love, you have to know and how to be vulnerable. Well, what does vulnerable look like? How does it show up within that relationship? And how does it feel? You know, all these questions are very valid and yet to be answered, right? It may look very different for each and every one of us. But from personal experience, I know that being vulnerable is scary. And I'm sure many of you can relate. And if those of you who aren't seeking romantic relationships, you may also use this video in a way of your platonic relationships with family or with friends. But when it comes to love, in general, specifically in relationships, it requires vulnerability. What does vulnerability look like? Vulnerability looks like us showing up as the most authentic form of us. When you hear a lot of people talk about them finding or attracting the partner of their dreams, or the partner that they've manifested or been praying or asking for, they say that they feel as though they can be themselves. Because that partner allows them to be in a vulnerable state, this is our most natural form of being vulnerable, of being ourselves, of being in the energy of just being. That is our most authentic form. And we have to be something that we're not within a relationship, platonic or non-platonic. It requires work. It requires us to constantly put on a show. But you see, when we're vulnerable, we take off the mask. We no longer put on the show. We show up as ourselves, and we are accepted as ourselves. So, in order for you to be vulnerable within a relationship, that will require you to put down those walls that you've built up for so long. And I know that's very terrifying. That's very scary. Especially when you've gone through so much and you've been hurt so much. It's terrifying. But the truth is, you have to give someone the opportunity to even hurt you. Meaning that you have to open up, and you have to understand that with love, there may come pain. But are you willing to make that sacrifice to open yourself up for authentic relationships? Are you willing to open yourself up? Because if you don't truly open yourself up, how can you really truly build a firm foundation with others? You see, when you have these walls up, you have these barriers up around your heart, that blocks people from getting to the true version of who you actually are. How can someone love you if they really can't get to you? How can someone really know how to care for your heart if they have no access to it? Yeah, you say this person or these people have the keys to your heart, but you haven't really let them in. Love is quite a terrifying thing. I definitely know it myself. But the crazy thing is, we are love. Love exists within us. And we were meant to share and cherish this feeling with others. So please don't block yourself off to love, because love is a beautiful thing. You must surrender. You must release control, because what we want to do is we want to control the outcome of our love and how it shows up. And we may resort to traumatic ways of defending ourselves. Well, I'm not going to get hurt again. I'm not going to put myself in that same situation anymore. I'm not going to open up anymore. I don't know about that. I think I just want to be single, when the truth is, the most divine thing there is divine unions. Being able to connect with someone on a spiritual level and to share your life with someone else is a beautiful thing. It's a scary, beautiful thing. But let me ask you this, do you trust yourself? Have you built that steady, firm foundation within yourself? Have you built that balance within yourself? Have you built up that self-love within yourself? Have you created that foundation within yourself so that you know, even if something happens in this relationship, that you will walk away standing firm on your own foundation and it won't break you down like it has in the past? Are you willing to do that for love? Because it's time to stop holding on to the past. You deserve love. You deserve intimacy in all of its delicious and delectable forms. You deserve all of it. But the first step is you opening up that heart. Opening up that heart chakra. You see, we have energy centers in our bodies, and the heart is one of them. And they are connected to neurological pathways in our bodies, neurons. These centers are called plexuses. And you see, when we change our mindset about love and we say that love is this beautiful thing, it's this positive thing, it's this enlightening thing, it's this enhancing thing, that is what sets the tone to changing your heart chakra, the plexus of the heart. It's what opens the gateway to you falling back in love with love. But the first step is you actually wanting it. You deserve it. You have to release the thought that you'll never get love or love will never be there, because love exists within you, like I told you. Release that thought. You see, the thing about our experiences, the reason why they hold so much weight is because we attach emotions with those experiences. But once you release the emotions that you attach with that experience, it no longer holds the same weight. Once you release that emotion that is attached with those traumatic experiences as far as relationships, you can start the process of forgiving yourself. You don't have to, if you don't want to forgive anybody else, you do it your way. But one thing you need to do is forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for that pain. Forgive yourself for being in pain. And forgive yourself for not allowing love back in again. Ashe. We're going to let love back in. We're going to open up our heart chakra today and forevermore. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I will see you next time.